All right, so in this video, I'm just gonna go over brief nail cutting. So as you can see, I have 3 different sizes. So just make sure you have an appropriate one for what you are tackling that day. Small dogs, obviously cats, little ones. Today we'll use these on our older golden mix here ammo. So I always like to make sure that I'm holding their leg in their rotation, meaning that I'm not going to hold it above where he can, where he can go. So I'm going to keep it here. I'm not going to hold it way up here. It'll make them uncomfortable, especially your older senior dogs. And it's not fair to them. Same with the back. I don't want him to be outside of his normal rotation for his body, his joints. So here we go. So we're going to hold him up. You can do this on the floor too if your dog is good about it. He's got clear nails, so we can see this pink and it kind of fades. So my rule of thumb is start not just at the pink, but in front of it, and work your way back. Sometimes the nail underneath here will be hollow and you can see where the quick stopped and the nail continued to grow. And that's always very helpful. But for now, we're just gonna start probably about halfway between where I can see this pink and the end of his nail. And we're just going to cut. And then I always look in here. Sometimes you can see the tip of the quick. Sometimes you can't. Just another little, possible little extra hint, that could allow you to see where you need to stop. So I'm going to check the side here. And again, I'm a little bit before the pink, but I'm going to stop just because I do believe that what I'm seeing here is possibly the very tip of that quick, and I don't want to go beyond it. So,
now, what happens if you cut the quick?
Good question. So you can use anything in your kitchen that clots would actually work in an emergency situation. But it's a good idea to have this on hand. It's called Quick Stop. It's a septic powder, and it helps to stop the bleeding. It just helps it clot up fast so that it doesn't persist, bleed, or get it all over your furniture or whatever. But generally, the good rule of thumb is anything that clots in your kitchen cabinets would be able to be used in an emergency situation if you feel that it needs attention. Sometimes it can stop on its own if it's a very minor cut of the quick. So we're just going to continue again. I'm holding his leg really in line with him. I'm not going to pull it out too far. Sometimes dogs, if you pull them forward, they get really uncomfortable and they start resisting. So you kind of just want to go with your dog and see really where they're comfortable. Ammo is 14, 15, so I'm really trying to stay really in a very close rotation of his joints. And again, I'm just going to keep always taking off just minimal amounts until I feel that I'm either super close or I'm close enough. So again, to me, these little dots here is my safety zone. I'm not saying that's for everybody. That's for me saying you're close enough. If you're going to go beyond it, be aware that you could cut that quick in there. And the quick is just the vein inside the nail. Another thing you can do is once you've cut that first one and you have that safety zone in your head, you can use that amount to gauge the rest. It's not 100%. It's just a good rule of thumb that you could follow. And then he has the dew claws. And those are always tricky because they're right here on the inside. And they don't get a lot of use, so their quickest tends to be a lot longer. So we're just going to trim it. And again, I see that same little dot appearing. So I'm going to stop. And then we would continue on all the rest of his feet. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.